Hey everybody, George Canyon here. I just got into the 2019 Lincoln Navigator and I haven't even driven it yet and my mind is blown. There's just so many bells and whistles, if you will. So many buttons and different, the seats feel like I don't know, it doesn't feel like I'm in a vehicle. It's a little bit crazy actually. I think I should just lay back and have a siesta. But, you know, my first impression, which is this is what it is, I'm very impressed. Very impressed. I had no idea. I've never been in a Lincoln Navigator. Seen them lots, you know, you hear about them on the radio, on TV and stuff, but this one down here at Okotoks Ford, whew, I don't know. Might have to get Jen and take her for a ride in one. So, speaking of going for a ride, let's go for a ride. Now, there's no, you know, the old, when my truck and my Platinum F-150, turn it, away we go. I'm seeing here we go. D. That's simple as that. We're driving. Now, all right. I think I can probably move myself back a little. It's all these adjustments you have to kind of play with. And then I know there's an adjustment for the pedals. I couldn't tell you where it is. Let's see. There. Well, there's also a seat massager. That's going to make up for me not finding the adjustment on the pedals. Nothing like getting a massage while you're driving down the road. Oh, look at that. Okay. It's another thing that, well, I can see, you guys can't see. Heads-up display. Gives me the time, temperature, 3 degrees. Nice. Gives me my speed, and it gives me kilometers to empty, which is really cool. And I'm sure that all can be changed with a few buttons. And on the dash, it gives me my tire pressure and my speed and temperature and all that. And then it says, out of this town, which is my brand new single. How about that? The Lincoln Navigator knows what my brand new single is. I bet you it might even be playing it too. There you go, it just finished. That's a smart vehicle. First thing I notice is, well, you guys probably notice, I have my cowboy hat on. And there's still a lot of headroom up there to that sunroof, which is, there's actually 2 sunroofs. So it's great for having the passengers, taking the family out, or say the boys are gonna go do some golfing or go play some hockey. Everybody in the back, gear in the back, got the sunroofs. Of course, in the wintertime, you're probably not too concerned about putting them down. But we do play summer hockey. Oh, here's something interesting. I've not seen this yet in any of the vehicles I've driven. On my heads-up display, something just popped up and it said speed limit 50, and it looks like a speed sign, and it's right there beside my speed in kilometers per hour. That's very handy, very good safety measure. It's reminding me that I'm on a road where the speed limit is 50. Clever Navigator. What else is this thing? Can this thing make toast for me while I'm driving? Maybe eggs, some bacon? Yeah, man, that's coming. I bet you how smart this thing is. So next to my cowboy hat, I'm noticing how smooth it is. You know, my truck is smooth. My Platinum is very smooth, actually, as a truck. But this thing is like butter. It's just smooth like butter. It's not like I'm hitting bumps and barely feeling them. Sure, if I go do some off-roading, we could feel some bumps. Very nice. Kind of meant for the family, someone who needs lots of room, but wants to have that exceptional drive. Smooth, comfortable. I could see me driving an easy 1,000 kilometers, 1,500 kilometers easy in a day in a vehicle like this. And I can speak to that because when we were touring back in the day, it's how you had to do it. You had to get in the vehicle and go, and trust me, it was no Lincoln Navigator. not at all. So this will be a nice touring vehicle. I'm gonna have to put a phone call in to my tour manager and tell him, try to rent us a couple of these when we're out on the road. Nice big display screens in the back. So, you know, if you're with the kids and you're going on a trip, going for a drive, they can kind of be playing around with the screens, watching movies, doing whatever they want. When I was a kid, we just sat in the back with the windows up and just kind of listened to the radio if you were lucky enough that mom and dad had an 8-track player. We won't get into what an 8-track player is if you don't know what it is, but I miss 8-tracks. And nowadays, this is like the family vehicle. Take the kids on a long trip, you probably won't hear, how much longer? How much longer? How far do we have to go? You won't hear any of that. They'll be in the back watching the movies. I just noticed my backside's cold. And then I realized this thing's got cooled seats. How about that? Keeping the backside cold. That's nice for a hot summer day. It's got a great stereo too. And every Lincoln Navigator comes with your own personal copy of Out of This Town by George Cannon. Selfless promotion. That's funny. That's a good idea. I should make that happen. You buy a Lincoln Navigator, you get the entire CD collection. That's a good deal. That's a great deal. Okotoks has some construction going on out here. But don't worry, it's on the other side of Okotoks Ford. So if you're coming out to Okotoks, you're going to be fine coming in. You're not going to face any of the construction traffic. This vehicle has a great color to the interior. I think my F-150 Platinum is the same. I just love that coloring. The exterior is black, also one of my favorites. I'm a big fan of that. Lots of places to put your cowboy hat. Get like that. Put it right there in the seat, just like that. Sit back, relax. I have a feeling this thing has a pretty powerful engine going on too under the hood, but it's just a whole bunch of relax going on in here. What are these? Oh, look at that! Storage space. Crazy storage space. Yep, lots of USB. No, that's the first thing our daughter always asks for when we get in the vehicles. I plug my phone in. Well, you have lots of plugs all through the back, all the USB plugs, charging up your phones and iPads and whatever else you need. My office actually is mobile. In the music business, you're always in the office no matter if you're in the office. So Lincoln Navigator would make a great office as well. Problem is you never want to leave the office. It has a drive mode. Oh. Okay, I've discovered something very cool. The Lincoln Navigator, a lot of vehicles have drive modes, but this thing, when you click on the drive modes, you have to see the heads-up display, or the dash display. Heads-up display stays the same, but the dash display looks like I've stepped onto the Star Trek Enterprise, and it's just like, I'm in conserve right now. The entire dash changes to conserve fuel. It's gone into that mode. And I'll just bump through the modes here. There's one called Excite. Ooh. Excite. It says responsive and engaging. And you can feel everything kind of tighten up, kind of like sport mode. Conserve, normal mode. Effortless and balanced. Feel like I'm doing yoga. And then normal 4x4 auto. And then there's a slippery mode, slick, ice, or loose conditions. And then deep conditions, deep snow or mud assist. So we're 4x4. I'm gonna go into Excite mode. You might wonder why, because I'm not paying for the gas. Although I might be if I stay in excite mode. I don't know what it's. No, look at that. It's yeah, it's still being conscious of the fuel economy, but it's giving me a little bit more excitement. A little get up and go there. Yeah. Oh yeah. Another nice feature has the lane assist, which is great, especially when you're driving at dusk. Dusk is a real dangerous time to drive at as far as your eyesight goes, depending where the sun is. I know I have that lane assist in my F-150, and I use it a lot. Just making sure I'm being as safe as I can, precious cargo. And let's go to different mode here. Normal mode. Effortless and balanced. Yeah, I feel effortless and balanced. We're not going to go back that way. We're going to go back a different way. And the speed limit sign, when I went out on the highway, it changed to 80 now. So it is a very smart vehicle as well. Yeah, I could see me driving this. I hate to give up my F-150 Platinum. I love that thing, but I could see me driving this for sure. Very comfortable vehicle. Effortless to drive, drives itself almost, but it doesn't drive itself. You drive it, but I know those days are coming where the vehicles will be driving themselves. But an effortless vehicle to drive, very comfortable. I can't express how comfortable these seats are. Yeah, there's no way. You have to come out and test drive one. That's the simple thing. Beautiful, sunny weather. It's becoming summer while the snow is still on the ground. That's Alberta. And come out to Okotoks Ford, and just go for a test drive. Do yourself a favor, go for a test drive. I guarantee you're gonna agree with me. I mean, we're hitting some pretty good bumps here, and the camera might be seeing them, but the suspension in this thing is amazing. Like, I could have a full cup of coffee and it's not going anywhere. Actually, that sounds good. A full cup of coffee. I should go home and get the whole office and just move the whole office in here today. Give it a full office test. That's a good idea. I'd have to do that. You could have the whole pot there. You could have the laptop over here. Go find yourself a beautiful spot to sit and look at the mountains, and have the windows down, the sunroof open, enjoying the beautiful day, working in the office. I always wonder what the whole vibe of a Lincoln was. I've never driven a Lincoln. It's the first time. Now I get it. I get it 100%. And it is good. It's very good. Wow. I think I might have converted. I had this old truck this one time. Old blue truck. And that thing, you felt a pebble. If you ran over it, you just shook your kidneys to death. And it's funny how you think about that, and then you get into this thing, and it's hitting huge bumps, and it's not moving. It's just floating. It's like we're driving on air. Fantastic. We'll wait. Better to be safe than sorry. Especially when you don't own a vehicle you're driving. wonder what's on the radio right now. It's just, that's all it plays in the Lincoln Navigator is Out of This Town.
And I hate it. I can't get you out, I can't get you out, can't get you out of this town.
Isn't that strange, hey? It must just be must be the thing. Buy a Lincoln Navigator. Comes loaded with George Canyon songs. Clever. Now, one of the worst things, or one of the things a lot of people get scared of when you're dealing with big vehicles like this, is backing up. It's, well, rightly so, it's a big vehicle. So let's see what this thing is doing as far as the backup cameras go. I'm old school, but it's always fun to see what it shows you. Great, effortless, fantastic.